Wow, everyone, this is what you've been waiting for. I know I have been so excited, and you are in for such a treat. Because if you don't know the beautiful face that is next to me, then you are you are in for this treat because this is Sheilah from Design Files, live and in person. Sheilah, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me. That's a very flattering intro. I'm feeling all kinds of special.
Oh, good. Because you are at least to me. And I'm sure lots of other people, I can at least name one other, right?
That's right.
So, Miss Sheila, Design Files, Design Files has changed the lives of designers we've worked with. You've created software that has put really the ability to manage projects, invoices, some like the elements of client relations in the designer's hands. And the designers that we've worked with who have had this experience, they just share it over and over. And so this is a big part of the reason I wanted to bring you on, because I know, I mean, only if you're brand new, and bless you, do you not know the name Design File? But want to give a chance to get a little more in depth in who you are, about the company, some of the amazing things that you are constantly developing and that are have been released and are coming out. And open it up for a few questions. And we'll see who's in the chat, as well as just get to really connect. So again, thank you.
Sounds great. I'm excited to be here.
So without further ado, I'm interested in this element, which is, of all the industries, of all the professionals out there that you could have created software for, you make it for interior designers. And just as, there's this element with designers that they are designers. It's not something they do, it's who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to know what it is, why interior designers, what is it that you like? What do you love about working with designers?
To answer that question, I would have to back it up a little bit because if I'm being honest with everybody, Design Files was not the first online interior design platform that we built. We originally, back in 2008, built an online platform called Olio Board. And back then, we were actually targeting homeowners. Don't hate. We'll get to the good part. We'll get to the good part. But we originally started basically creating a mood board software that would allow homeowners to drag and drop product images onto a digital mood board design that they could share and shop. And when we created that, I'm also very into interior design myself. I've got no experience whatsoever. I just really like decorating my home. And I found that it was really hard to kind of visualize how everything was going to work together. So when we looked into it, we also noticed there was not really a tool on the market that allowed homeowners to do that either. So we thought, cool, this is an opening. Let's build this. And we got it up and running, and it did get quite a bit of attention for the easy to use design tools. But if I'm being totally honest, we definitely struggled with building a business model around it, because back then, and again, this is not a business model I would ever do again, but when you're in your mid-20s, you're a little naive and whatever, a lot of business lessons learned. So here we go. But with Olio Board, what we ended up doing was we had this big kind of open community site. Anybody could get on for free. And the concept was that we would earn commissions from any of the sales that happened through these digital designs that people were creating.
Mm-hmm.
But there weren't that many. There was not enough sales going through the platform to have a strong business model. So it was difficult to get this business to be self-sufficient. And looking back on it, I feel like it's always clear. Hindsight's always amazing, isn't it?
Yes,
But
2020.
when I was going to think of it, I was like, what's going on here? We can't quite get this to work. But yeah, homeowners were excited to come on, but they're obviously not decorating their houses every day of the year. So you could get them on, but they would fade off. And then you try to get more on, but they would fade off. They wouldn't keep coming back. So we struggled to kind of keep, making this work, really put in everything that we could into this business model, tried a bunch of different angles, but it just never quite stuck. And it wasn't until years later that when we really started to look at it, and at that point we had actually given up on Oleo board, we decided we've put enough into this, it's not working, let's just let it go. So we set it aside, go back to the drawing board and try to recoup. And in kind of reviewing everything that we had done over those years, we noticed that there was this little group of users that kept coming back to the platform. And that group was coming back every single day. And that's when we realized, oh my God, they're interior designers. And they are coming back every day. They're getting way more out of these tools that we've built. And we've been chasing the wrong audience for years. And so we decided to flip the switch. And we reached out to all these designers and said, you know what, we're making a whole new platform here. It's going to be focused solely on interior designers. We want to know what's working in your business, what's not, where are you getting hung up, where are you spending too much time? Let's figure out what tools you need to make your business better. And because of those designers that we reached out to, we were able to build a whole new platform. We launched DesignFiles, and it was profitable in its first year. And to this day, I credit that to working with the interior designers and just saying, please work with me. I'm going to build out this platform for you, but I need you to guide me because I'm not an interior designer. So you got to tell me what you need and what's not working in your business, and we'll work together and make this grow. And that's what happened. So that's why I love working with interior designers, because they're vocal. They help you. If you say, I'm going to do this and I just need some guidance here, they're the first to raise their hands. And it's been an amazing audience to work with. And it's the reason DesignFiles is where it is today. So thank you. Thank you for working with me.
To all the thank you, designers, right?
Yeah.
It's so, what a great lesson too.
Yeah.
Right? You really paid attention. You took note and you didn't give up. And
No.
I know that for designers today, they're so grateful. And that I'm sure there's a few of them who are clutching their pearls at the idea that you would not exist. And it was that you'd put it aside, or you were considering going back to the drawing table.
Yeah.
And you kept that, you knew that something was in there. You knew that this would be useful. And you started collaborating with those who you could help and create that win-win.
Yeah. And it was definitely, I'm going to say there were definitely some low points when we got to that transition period where it was just like we put so much into this business, and it was all our money because we're not funded. So finally being able to switch that around and make it work is just like, okay, yeah. We're here. All right, let's roll along with this one now. Okay. And honestly, it's been so much nicer because it's nice when you're doing business to business as well instead of business to consumer. It's just a far better business to run because you've got a dedicated audience where you're both collaborating, you're both benefiting from each other, and as long as you can keep that going, then fantastic. It's difficult to create that when it's business to consumer.
And absolutely, and you shared this, which is something we share, which is that when the designers succeed, you succeed.
Absolutely.
And that hand in glove relationship. And
we can't do it without them. We literally can't, because I'm not a designer. My husband's not a designer. We don't have that background. And it's just being able to reach out and talk to designers every day and figure out, like, where are you struggling? Okay, if you're struggling here, I can build a tool for that. I can streamline that workflow. Is sourcing products taking you too many hours to complete these tasks? Okay, cool. Let's see what we can do to simplify that out. But without having somebody to bounce ideas off of and get actual feedback from your members, you're going to struggle to grow your business. So for us, it just makes total sense.
Yes. Now you all know the secret as to why DesignFiles is amazing. In the spirit of this collaboration and this relationship, this empowering relationship that you have with designers, because you help empower them by asking what they need, and they tell you what they need
Mhm.
or what they want in their businesses where they're struggling, how to streamline, all the in between. And anyone with the experience with DesignFiles knows that you are constantly evolving. You
Yes.
truly are listening and creating. And I know that in that there's always, not always, but I feel like I get excited every time I see new updates or exciting news with you. And I dig right in, you know, and I find with the designers that we work with and the conversations we have and in their businesses and in our small groups, that there have been things that they've talked about that then you've solved. And from my standpoint, I'm always appreciative because then I can provide that insight to them. So one of like a few of the things like the retainer option.
Yes. Yeah,
Ah!
that one was that was a highly requested feature. So, which is great, honestly, because we get requests all the time, and we do take it very seriously because it does help us plan for what we're going to build next. It makes sure that
Mm,
we're not wasting our time and efforts building out tools that you guys are never going to use.
yes.
So everything that gets built is always based on our audience's feedback. So we're always asking, and then we take it all back. We see which one is most requested. It becomes the next feature that we build out. And the retainer one is one that we recently launched, and I'm really happy that it's out there because so many designers wanted it, and it should help streamline the process for when you're kickstarting your client projects because you can just get that money up front and then put all of the amounts of the retainer into all your invoices. So it's just completely streamlined into your workflow.
So good. It really, I will not say it's fee versus hourly, but it like when it comes to our designers,
Yeah.
as a side note, for any designer who's on here who's like, oh, the retainer, should I be doing that versus fee? Let me just cut to the chase. When it comes to what you're charging, it is about having boundaries and being very clear with your expectations and then using the tools that are available in DesignFiles to then make that possible. So whether it be fee or
Yes.
hourly with a retainer, now that is like old lady Nona is about to come out, so I'm just going to put it over there. But I just want because the right answer is it's your business and these are your clients and it is about boundaries.
Yes.
But that's such a side note. When it comes to some of these exciting things that you launch, is there anything that you could share or anything recent that you want to make sure that everyone knows about or, coming
Yeah,
up?
so the retainer ones was definitely a recent one. Another one that we recently put out was the ability to create multiple design questionnaires within your client projects. So originally, Design Files had what was basically a kind of global design questionnaire that you could customize and you could send it out to all your clients and get them to provide feedback and then submit the design questionnaire back to you. But in working with designers, we found that obviously you guys have a lot of different services that you are offering. You've got different types of projects that you're taking on. One design questionnaire wasn't cutting it.
Mhm.
So we ended up creating the ability to build as many design questionnaires as you like, and then you pick and choose which one you're going to send out to your client based on the type of project you're working on. So that will help you get more of those very specific details that you're looking for within your projects instead of having that generic kind of all-encompassing design questionnaire. So that was definitely also another huge one that a lot of designers were asking for. So again, you tell us what you want because I don't want to guess. I just want to hear from you, and then we can go ahead and build it.
Yes. We have one of my favorite expressions is to ask for what you want instead of complaining about what you don't have. Because you
Exactly.
just might actually get it.
Yep.
And clearly that is one. And it's so great. Our designers are loving that. The multiple questionnaires to help gather the information and
Mhm.
streamline it and systematize so that
Yes.
it is less time for them and less homework overall because they get to so that's also been a big big one too for us, for the designers.
Yeah, so that was a couple of the latest ones. I will say that one of the ones that we're excited about that's going to be upcoming is the photorealistic renders. So we're taking the 3D floor planner to the next level very shortly, and you'll be able to create photorealistic, beautiful designs that you're going to be able to share with your clients. So I am very excited about that one because I get to do all the testing and it's getting close and it's exciting.
That is exciting. Ooh!
Yeah, we're really, really pumped about that. There's a lot of updates coming for the 3D floor planner just to make it a lot more flexible, provide a lot more detail on your floor plans, and give you those photorealistic renders. And if I'm going to be really kind of sherry, we're also looking into walkthroughs for the 3D design so that you can put your little guy in the floor plan, and then your client can see the full room from that angle. So it's exciting.
Wow, next level. Next
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm really excited because I'm going to take this. Oh boy. Because now you can build it into the client experience for presentations. And I have to say that that's what you've just described. Having those things in place gets to such an easy yes.
Yes,
That's when
exactly.
it's like, yes. And the next thing designers know is that it's an inbox full of approved, approved, approved.
Exactly. And that's what we want to get to. We want to just make it so ridiculously easy for your client to visualize the full design and just feel, wow, okay, this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. And there's going to be no guessing. There's no surprises at the end of this project. It's going to be this beautiful design. So we're really trying to strive to get towards that.
Duh.
Yeah.
The title of one of my it's not a favorite book, but it's one of my favorite titles is Don't Make Me Think. So
yeah,
you're just making that possible.
That's it. Easy steps. Just kind of just paint it out there and make sure that they can see it. So yeah, that's all we're really trying to do. Just get all those tools in one place so that you're not having to bounce around, so you don't have to use 10 different programs and you're not scattered across all of that as well, because it's difficult to manage your projects if you feel like you've got to jump over to one program to basically review all of your product lists. You're creating your design boards over here. You're managing your accounting over here. Everything's all over the place. So just trying to pull all of that together, have it under one roof, and just streamline the whole thing.
Yes, neat and orderly. And to totally punch your ticket, also your tutorials, your standard operating procedures are next level. And it makes it possible for anyone to jump in, but including assistants or just others in the business. So I've just found that insight, the step-by-step, that you make training possible for designers to then scale their businesses, because there are certain things that they don't have to be the only one to understand.
Yes.
And I am looking at you, AutoCAD, right? Like you make it.
Yeah, no fun buying into a software and then feeling like you're totally left alone, and just go ahead, try to figure this out by yourself. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll all work out. It'll all work out.
Not happening. No, we want to make sure everybody feels that if they are going to jump into DesignFiles, that you're going to have somebody who's going to walk you through it. You've got your videos. I do put out a detailed video for every single feature we add. You'll probably hate my voice by the end of it, but you will know exactly how to use the tools and it won't be confusing at all. So we want to make sure everybody feels confident with the tools they're using.
You do. Well, we've had designers send in some questions in advance, and I want to touch on those.
Sure.
So this is, what are the first one? PC or Mac? Which one is best for DesignFiles?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. All you need to do is make sure you've got a modern browser. We recommend Chrome just because it works best with the 3D floor planner. So it's just a better browser across the board, but it won't matter if it's PC or if it's a Mac. So no worries there. And we also do have a help guide that'll show you the kind of computer specs that you want to look for. Because if you do plan on using the 3D floor planner, it's an extensive program. It's going to require a more powerful computer. So we do provide the specs so that you can see what you need to have in place for that. It's just like any 3D floor planner. They're just big programs. They require power.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. I hope everyone took note of that. Because if you're wondering about PC or Mac, that's not the question. That is not the actual question. Yeah.
No. If you want to save money, go for a PC. You'll get seriously, you'll get a more powerful computer and you won't be paying for the brand name. So I've been a PC girl my whole life.
Same. What I want to do is start hashtagging like Sheilah wisdom. Boom. When it comes to 3D, so this is a question about, are there any plans to allow designers to use their libraries to create 3D designs?
Okay, so that would depend. We are looking into the ability for designers to upload their own 3D models. But because we're talking about a 3D floor planner, there are specific requirements for the model. So it's not like you'd ever be able to just go to any vendor site, grab a product image, and then try to add that to the 3D floor planner. It has to be built as a 3D model in order for it to show to scale and to see it from all angles. So one of the things that we are looking into is giving designers the ability to upload their own 3D models if they're getting it from 3D Warehouse or something, another platform, so that you can do that. Or if you're building your own, I've got a very few designers who choose to do that because it is time consuming. But if you're that dedicated, yes, we're looking into the ability for you to upload those as well. So we can definitely keep you posted with the progress.
That's awesome. Thank you. And had another question that came in about integrating the automated clearinghouse network, ACH. And for any designer who's on here is like, why is this a new acronym? Maybe it won't be, right? Just to be clear, that what this is the ability to collect large fees without using a credit card.
Yes, and that's actually available within DesignFiles. So we launched the ability to accept ACH payments from your clients last spring. So you can now do credit card and you can do ACH payments. The bonus with the ACH payments is that it's a lower processing fee because we use Stripe as the payment processor. They do charge a processing fee. So it's 2.9% for credit card payments and it's 1.1% for ACH payments. And on DesignFiles, you also have the ability to push the processing fee onto your client as well. So they pay for it instead of you absorbing that on your end. So a lot of our designers tend to push that on and just kind of build it into the overall cost that the client will pay when they make their payments.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Look at that. Problem solved. The answer is already there, and you just now have to use it. So that's great. Yeah. Thank you. Now, when it comes to DesignFiles, what is something that every designer should know?
Okay, I guess I would approach this from what I hear from our designers. So instead of me telling you why I think you should absolutely like DesignFiles or what you need to know about us, here's what our designers say. It's the top 4 things that always come up. So number 1, with DesignFiles, you get both your design and project management tools in one place instead of just your project management tools or just your design tools. So you get everything in one location, which really, really helps streamline the overall process, and it can cut hours out. The second thing that designers like about DesignFiles is how easy it is to use. I get told time and time again that they find the platform much easier and more intuitive than other softwares that are on the market. And not just for them, but for their clients as well, which is super important, because if the client's not having a good experience on the other end of it, then we're doing all of this for naught, because they're the ones that have to have the great experience. So it's easy for your clients to come in and just review designs, leave feedback, pay for invoices, approve products. They can't get lost. It's just very clean, simple layouts on the pages. So that's also been a huge bonus. And I would say that on top of that, it's probably the speed of innovation and taking the feedback back from our audience. So we're a little bit obsessed with innovating, and we are regularly putting out updates. They go out every couple of weeks, not just a couple of updates or a few updates a year. And all of that is based on designer feedback. So all of our members have a say in what's going to be the next updates added to DesignFiles. You've got a say in the direction that this business is going in. And it works well because you're telling us what you need. And if you need it, good chance other designers need it. And we're just building a platform that's going to work well for the majority of designers out there. So I would say those are the three things that make us a little bit different from other softwares that are out there. And it's the reason that a lot of our designers choose to stay with us.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because DesignFiles, you really do help give designers a voice and a choice in their businesses, with their clients, and when those two things come together, then in their life as well.
Yeah.
And it's real.
It is real.
It is real.
You know what? I keep coming back to the fact that, like, without the designers, my business might have just dropped. It could have just dropped back when we were trying to make Olio board work. And in being able to collaborate with designers, they essentially helped us turn our business around and build it into what it is. So my goal now is just to keep helping designers grow their businesses. It's just full circle. So we're teaming up, we're helping each other out, and it works. And it's an awesome business to be in. So yeah.
Yes, no, Sheilah. Yes, a win-win, which is, to me, that is a big part of having air in my lungs, and living this life. How to create win-win so that everyone rises.
Yeah.
So for designers out there, or anyone watching, if you don't already know DesignFiles, that's cool. That is cool. This is a place to go. Go to designfiles.co. Now, one of the things that I find so special about what you also offer is what a trial is when it comes to DesignFiles. So it's not.
So
yeah, I don't want to steal that thunder, please.
Oh, well, I think that, you can get a lot of trials with different softwares, and a lot of the time you get 2 weeks. You got your 14 days, get in there, test everything out, and hopefully you've had enough time to figure out if it's the right fit for you. What we do at DesignFiles is a little different. There is no time limit on the free trial. So the limitation is that you can have one client project, but you can create as many design boards, as many floor plans, quotes, invoices, purchase orders as you like within that client project. So it gives you the time to give it an actual full test run. See if it works for you. See if you like the workflow. Is it helping to simplify your business model? Is it cutting hours out of your day? If it is, cool. At that point, if you feel like you like it, then you can look at some of the planned subscription options and see which one's going to be the best fit for you.
Yeah, which is brilliant, because no project was ever, in 2 weeks. I'm sure there are projects out there, right? But with that 14 days, that's just enough to get started, right?
Yeah, and you don't want to waste time testing out. Like, let's say you had your 14 days and you tested out, you thought it was the right fit for you, you pay for the subscription, and all of a sudden you're like, this isn't what I needed. And now I've wasted all this kind of extra time and money and invested into this, and it didn't work. So we don't want you to feel like that. You just go ahead, give it everything, give everything a full test run, try out all the tools, and then you can decide after the fact, look, okay, this is working for me, great, and then move forward if you like. And you also have the time to reach out to some of our designers in our Facebook group as well. You could join that. You can ask designers, how are they using the tools? Is it working for them? You can get advice there, or you can just reach out to us and request a free demo call. We'll walk you through everything.
Which is incredible. So that's designfiles.co. Sheilah, I just can't. You've made my whole day. Thank you so much for sharing your time, for being here, for really providing that voice for designers, for not giving up, and for being in the arena.
and for being in the arena.
That's right.
That's it. It's all about being in the arena.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Keep going. We're doing this.
Keep going.
Well,
It's funny. It
until
doesn't matter how much you build. It's just like there's always something new to come. So you just, all right, let's just keep on this ride.
Yes. The extension, the creativity. Yeah, that so it is it. Now I'm excited. In a new way, the magic of that collaboration, because working in what you do in your zone of genius and collaborating with designers, the creativity is endless. The ability to solve the next challenge, and since the conversation we had, just the ability to have a we get to you and I, we get to work with interior designers. We get to have our businesses, and we get to do whatever we want. No, we get to keep going. Well, thank you again. And please, designers, if you have any questions, reach out. Go to the website, join the Facebook group. This is truly a resource, an invaluable resource for you and your business, your clients, and your future. Ms. Sheilah, thank you again. And to everyone else, take care.
Bye-bye.